Hi there. I just made what is, I think, my last video. And in that video, I began to speak about my friends. I hadn't mentioned my friends much in these videos, and I begin to go into that, and like I have many times, I veer off, meaning to get back on track and finish that thought, but I didn't. I moved on, and I concluded that video without really providing the information that I wanted to regarding my friends. And what I was going to say was that I'm maybe repeating myself a bit. From what I did put in that video, but essentially, my friends were I had really great friends. I had 5, and one passed away and left me with 4 very good long-time friends. At about the age of 35, I because of all of the stresses that I was dealing with, and I go into that in the next video. I may splice this video in with the editing tool that I have, maybe, or I may just slip it in between the video you just saw and the last video, and you can piece that information together yourself. But at the age of roughly 35, things were going so poorly for me. I don't like lying, and I felt like I was lying to my friends by pretending things were going much better than they were. And I only did that because I just didn't know how to talk about something that was so hopeless. I get into that in the next video, which is the last video. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the last video. I wrapped it up like it would be the last video. But my situation was so hopeless because I relied on permission from the institutions in society that so I relied on permission from the medical institution to allow me to see a rheumatologist and start improving my health. And I relied on the IRS to allow me to finish my taxes so that I could buy a home. I was locked into this situation, and no amount of hard work was going to get me out. I needed their permission to fix it. And I was I began feeling very hopeless, and I withdrew. I withdrew from my friends, and I never gave them an explanation. I expected that it would be temporary. I hoped it would be temporary. I suppose I didn't have any real expectations. I really hoped it was going to be temporary. I loved my friends, and it's been a really very long time since I've seen them, and I feel they are owed an explanation as to why I left. It had nothing to do with, it wasn't them. I missed them, but I couldn't continue to spend time with them while lying to them. And the reason why I couldn't tell them the truth is because there was no solution to it. There was no solution that they could provide. There was no way that I was hopeless until I was offered permission by those institutions to fix the problem. And I had to withdraw because it was doing such a number on me. And I thought there was a possibility, a very real one, that it would ruin my life. And I was right. I ended up being right about that. It took a very long time, and I fought for a long time. But I did end up being right about that. And I didn't want to, what I predicted was that if I told my friends about that, when things got really hard, I thought, that they would try to help me financially, but it would have taken such a massive amount of money to get me out of that situation that they wouldn't be able to offer that for me. But, they could offer me perhaps, let's crash on their couch, or, perhaps a little bit of money or something. But the thing is the nature of that situation was going to be permanent if those institutions decided that they didn't want to help, that they didn't want to allow me to get out of that situation. So what I feared was that accepting help by my friends would only result in the eventual resentment by them, because I would accept help from friends if I knew there was an exit strategy, if it was just a temporary thing. But the nature of these problems really was such that the exit strategy relied on the permission from those institutions. And I couldn't... There was no good option. Withdrawing wasn't a good option, but neither was allowing the situation to devolve into what was a very good relationship with my friends to one of them harboring resentment for me and disgust, or I can't be certain that's what would have happened, but I didn't want to burden them with that, and I didn't want to fade out that way. There was no good option. And I don't even know that I made the right choice. I have no idea. I had to do something I couldn't. I thought I was making the right choice. And yeah. So that's what I wanted to say about my friends. I had some really good friends. My close friends, not a lot of acquaintances, but those were my close friends, long-term friends. And I really enjoyed spending time with those people. They were good people. They were thoughtful. And we had they were great to talk to, nice long conversations. We could explore any, it was great. We could explore any topic. There were no boundaries. And I loved to do that, explore concepts and just enjoy their company and enjoy, just that dialogue with them was special. And I've missed it for so long. I actually haven't had that for many, many years. The ability to, the way I did with my friends, be able to engage in a conversation that we were willing to spend even hours on and enjoy ourselves. And we could disagree, and it was okay. We were respectful, and there was no ego. It was just the pursuit of exploring ideas, and we found enjoying, and we found enjoyment in that. Anyway, that's I didn't really mention my friends in this. I wanted to mention what became of them and why they're not part of this. Around the age of 35, unfortunately, my friends, I left them. I was hoping temporarily. At that time, too, also, I'll mention, I decided, I have mentioned the issue with my, the fear of facial disfigurement. I don't like to talk about it, but at that time, right around that time, I stopped dating. I thought it was becoming more noticeable, and I didn't want to involve someone. I didn't want to end up in a relationship with someone, and I didn't feel like I could tell that person. Speaking about that never went well, and so I couldn't lie, but I also felt like I couldn't tell the truth, so I didn't feel like I could enter a relationship, and because what I expected was if I didn't tell them the truth, that over the course of years they would eventually notice, they would see the changes in my face, and they would probably, eventually ask what's going on, and they would have wanted me to be honest with them. And not to make them sound this imaginary person, imaginary relationship participant sound superficial, but it's entirely possible that someone does not want to enter a relationship with someone who's going to end up being disfigured. And that doesn't make them a bad person. But entering into a relationship knowing that's going to potentially happen, I think it's... I didn't want to put someone in that position. It was an impossible situation. It was an impossible position. I had no good alternatives. So at that time, at about the time that I stopped seeing my friends, right about that time, maybe a year later, I stopped dating altogether. So I haven't done that for, my goodness, 10, 12 years, something like that. So I just wanted to, I've revealed all sorts of stuff in this series. I might as well explain that as well. My friends do see this. I'm sorry. I didn't, I didn't know how this was going to all end up, and I wanted to, I hoped that I would reconnect with them. Anyway. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to put this in that last video, or I think I'll probably just put this video in between the last one and the previous video. Okay. The next video is the last one. So, if you've made it this far, I expect you'll probably watch that one too. So, see you there.